Welcome back to the Sooner Saloon. I'm joined by Nick, Emerson, and today we're going to talk about a little OU versus Texas recap. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're diehard Sooner fans like us. Nick, you were talking about a little something back in August.
Yeah, I gave a very bold prediction. So, Adam, for the viewers, go ahead and run that back for us.
Let's hear it.
So get prepared, put on your seatbelts.
Hold on.
Put on your seatbelt. Good, or you latched in, double check, tug on that sucker.
I'm good.
Okay? Because Texas goes to Tuscaloosa, beats Alabama. I'm taking bold predictions and I'm throwing it out there. Okay? But I think Texas has the talent on their roster to go do it. I think Texas, they go beat Alabama. When Texas plays OU, I think OU wins by 7 points or more. That is a bold prediction.
That is bold. That
is
That-
very bold.
That is very bold.
There's-
Highlighted, italicized,
steam.
underlined,
Steam.
steamrolled out of it.
Very, very bold prediction.
It wasn't by
It
one score or
was.
more. It wasn't by a touchdown or more. It was actually
It was
by
close.
4 points.
It wasn't
He
quite
wasn't right.
there.
That doesn't count.
Well, I don't
He
care what you
said
say.
that doesn't count. Anyway, a little of a emotional game for us, guys. Emerson, what are you feeling right now?
I'm on top of the world. It's great to shut Texas fans up. They're so damn annoying sometimes. And it was Oklahoma against the world this weekend. Everyone picked Texas, I seem like, except for Baker Mayfield, on College game day. A lot of people were saying Oklahoma didn't even have a chance. And then to come out and play a really solid game, at least on offense and defense, it's a great feeling. So
Okay, Nick, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling great because now Oklahoma has the keys and is in the driver's seat to go make it to the Big 12 championship game. They control their own destiny. And the college football playoff is looking like a good chance as well. I think I saw something where Oklahoma's like a 73% chance to make the college football playoff after beating Texas.
Okay. I got two things before we get into this, okay? One, so last year we lost 49-0, okay? That was a complete ass beating. And I was telling Nick earlier, I would rather beat Texas the way we did than beat them 49-0 because it's more heartbreaking. Does that make sense? I think that's more of a painful loss than what the 49-0 was for us. Because last year it was like, oh, we just got our asses kicked. I'm done watching this. It's 28-0. I fell asleep. Oh shit, it's 49-0 final, whatever. Okay. Yeah. Well, when you're zoned into the game and the game's over when the clock strikes zero, that's painful, man. Texas could have won this game so many times, and that's what's gonna hurt the most. Okay. And the second. I haven't felt this happy after an OU regular season win probably since the 2017 Ohio State game. I'm not even going to lie. Because it's really been that long, if you think about it. I mean, 2018, They did all right. They lost to Texas. They won the Big 12 championship against Texas. Cool. 2019, whatever. 2020, COVID year, that was pretty cool. We were 1-2 against Texas. We came in and we beat Texas in, double overtime or some shit. In 2020 during
that was the Spencer Rattler bench game. Yeah.
And
the first one.
Right, exactly. 2021 was pretty cool. I mean, we beat Texas. They weren't as good as what they are now, but I'm telling you, I haven't felt this way since 2017. Them beating Ohio State.
You guys, we're slowly starting to see the transition of Brent Venables being a head coach. It's a signature win for Brent Venables. Signature win for Dylan Gabriel. Flashback to an offseason ago. Lincoln Riley's out the door. We know it's going to be, a battle of trying to outscore opponents. It seems like it's a traditional OU physical team. That's the benefit of bringing in Brent Venables. Of course, it takes a year to do it. He's starting to get his players that he's recruiting involved, and it's just great to see because we're starting to see that payoff. It's great.
We're starting to see. We're not even there yet.
Yeah, we're just scraping the surface right now, fellas.
Yeah. I think the culture is finally starting to take hold, and we're not it's not the soft ass Charmin bullshit play that we've seen for 4 years with that bitch out west. It's guys being physical, guys playing smart, but also knocking the crap out of people when they get the chance. Guys taking advantage of opportunities to get turnovers and just play really smart defense and good special teams. Granted, the special teams in this game was not that good, but overall the team is playing a lot better. And we're not in a dogfight with an inferior Iowa State team in the fourth quarter, and we win on a 2-point conversion to seal the game. We are beating the people we're supposed to beat very handily, and then we show up and actually perform against really good teams that we think we have a shot against.
And I think Lincoln Riley leaving in the way he did was a blessing in disguise. I mean, who would have thought in year 2 of Lincoln Riley and Brent Venables that Brent Venables has his team above Lincoln Riley's team?
Yeah.
It looks better. You know what I mean? Look at USC. I mean, I hate to always bring them up, but how can you not, as an OU fan, it is what it is. Get over it. If you don't like it, go watch another video. That
USC Arizona game was
dude,
crazy.
they would be like 4-8 without Caleb Williams. I mean,
Well, I want to talk about some freaking OU defense versus Texas, fellas, because
let's do that.
They came out right away, and they were already in Ewers' head. Like, his first throw was a pick, and we go and we convert in the red zone within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I've never seen an OU team, like in recent memory, I have not seen an OU team that prepared. And what's good for this game is that it's looking like the OU Texas game in October is once again a big time game that matters, and that's going to be a difference in the national spotlight of things.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, we had so much pressure on Quinn Ewers all day. We had 5 total sacks on him, constantly causing turnovers. Billy Bowman gets just a massive hit on Sanders, the tight end, pops the ball loose. Kendall Dolby scoops it up. You get freshman 5-star Peyton Bowen smoking Quinn Ewers, jarring the ball out. All this guy does is make plays. I'm going to say it right now. Peyton Bowen is a superstar, and he's just a freshman.
Yeah. I was so juiced on that play. I was telling Quinn, I was yelling at my TV to tell Quinn Ewers to sit the fuck down because, oh my God, that got me so juiced and everyone, all the Texas fans in the comments were giving me crap about saying that Quinn Ewers isn't overly athletic. Well, that's what happens. He gets out in space and he tries to run it, and he gets his freaking clock cleaned and pops the ball up and counts for one of 3 fumbles that were solely his responsibility, or 3 turnovers that were solely his responsibility in the game. So, yeah. Come at me in the comments again, because I don't think Quinn Ewers is that athletic. Yeah, he's pretty good in the pocket, and he can throw the ball all over the yard when he's not under pressure. But when the lights are the brightest and he's going one-on-one with the big old safety, who's only a freshman, he gets his shit rocked.
How about Ethan Downs with 2 sacks? And every single time he sacked him, he was all up in his face, like screaming in his face and yelling at him. I thought it was the best thing.
Yeah, there was a really good picture from one of his sacks. He's just standing over Quinn Ewers. It's
the refs let him play, man. The refs let it go, and they knew it was a rivalry game. That's the good thing about it. Instead of calling a freaking penalty every time, you know what I mean?
Also, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's really what I.
Big time moment. A goal line stand.
I know what you're going to talk about.
Goal line stand for Oklahoma. 4 tries at the 1 yard line.
When was the last time you saw that? When was the last time? Realistically, when was the last time?
Yeah, that was.
I can't remember.
It's been how long? I couldn't even tell you the last time I saw a goal line stand like that as an OU fan.
4 plays to get less than a yard, and they couldn't do it.
No
4
shit.
plays and that was like going into halftime or like close to it, right? Like I can't remember when it was, but
you guys,
that
was
huge.
They're bringing in guys that weigh like 320 pounds to come in and get a push in line of 2, basically fullbacks in, and then you got the running back in the back, and then Dasan McCullough comes and makes a play, just takes on the block, and it stuffs that seam to run through. Danny Stutzman comes in, huge tackle. You have to block him if you're Texas. That's the last guy that you can go unblocked. And then Kip Lewis, the talented young linebacker, comes in, makes a play, and then they're like, okay, they're figuring out we're not gonna get it up the middle, so let's throw a quick pass outside, stuffed.
Yeah.
Stuffed. That was
actually to
incredible.
tie the game. That was actually to tie the game. I think it was 27-20 at that point, and then we got the ball back.
Yeah, and that's when Oklahoma took that 10-point lead right after that. And dude, I saw Texas fans on Twitter talking about how the refs sucked and all this stuff about how they should have won the game, yada yada yada. Well, then score when you have to get a freaking yard, dude. Like you said, Reed, there were so many times when Texas could have taken control of this game and been in the driver's seat, and they failed to do it because Oklahoma's defense bowed their backs and said, "Nah, fuck that shit. We're not letting you get anything." So I don't want to hear it. You have to execute.
Yeah, and a huge shout out to the big nasties up front. John Terry, Jacob Lacey, Jonah Laulu, Rondell Bothroyd. Those guys played lights out all game. Like, it wasn't just a pass rush. It was them stopping their run early and forcing Texas to be one-dimensional. Eventually, Texas did, bring some extra protection, and that's when we started seeing a little bit more chunk plays. But we adjusted, and that's a really good offense. That's the best offense that we're going to see all season. They are loaded with talent, and I can't express that enough. But hats off to Brent Venables. Like I said, it's a signature win. OU needed this win, and that's what we got. So,
Yeah.
do you guys?
Last
do you
thing
guys
I'll
want to? Sorry, go ahead.
Last thing I'll say on the defense, just real quick. Everyone was talking about how good Texas's defensive line was and how they were going to eat and how talented Texas's offensive line was and how many stars and NFL players that they have on there. Well, I mean, guess what? The sack ratio was 5-1.
Yes.
And Dylan Gabriel balled out, and he had really good pocket presence, and Quinn Ewers didn't. And the pass rush got to him a couple times, and there probably could have been a couple more sacks. There was definitely more quarterback hurries and pressures. So, just Oklahoma against the world, everyone counted us out and had us underrated before the game even kicked off, and that's why you played the game.
Yeah.
There you go. Oklahoma's offense. It seemed like they faded in and out most of the game, but they came in clutch when it was needed. You know what I mean? They scored when it mattered. Dylan Gabriel was our lead rusher with 113 yards, 1 touchdown on the ground, and he had also 1 touchdown in the air with 285 yards. Guys, Dylan Gabriel come in clutch. He's, no matter if you like him or you hate him, whatever, he was there when we needed him, and he did what he had to do.
Yeah. And even with the offense, the offense left 10 points on the board. Literally right before half, if Tawi Walker catches that ball, that's a touchdown. He's walking into the end zone.
And if he would have thrown it just a little bit higher, too.
Yeah.
Just
6
a
inches
little
higher,
bit higher. That would have been,
Yeah,
we
Tawi's
would have been
catching
up by 10 at the half. And then if
Yeah.
we would, we came out at the second half and we scored, we would have been up by 17.
Yeah. And then Oklahoma misses a field goal when it's 27-20. So, I mean, yeah, there's 10 points right there. That's, like, Oklahoma could have been in the driver's seat, but overall I did think the offense played really good football.
How about this, guys? How about this? So, Dylan Gabriel, I think this is his signature win, his biggest game he's ever played in his entire career. He goes and wins it,
100%.
shows up. Big time players step up in big time games. Something that was going to be needed to win this game: shots down the field. You see him connect with Jalil Farouk on a deep pass. Those are the types of plays that change the game, that become a factor. He had 113 rushing yards, guys. He also came down the field with less than 2 minutes with 0 timeouts and got the game sealing touchdown as time's practically expiring with about 15 seconds left on the clock. Also, no turnovers. No turnovers from Dylan Gabriel.
Yep.
The only complaint I had about the offense is they only capitalized on 1 of the 3 turnovers. Imagine if we could have scored off of each one of their turnovers the defense gave us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't complain.
Yeah.
You can't complain. We beat Texas. We were 6.5-point underdog. But that was my 2 cents.
No, I completely agree.
know?
And also, we could be talking about OU missing a field goal, and that's what this game comes down to at the end of the game. It was just it was a dogfight, and that's what you want in this rivalry. But
I think one thing with Dylan Gabriel, I'll say, first of all, he holds he's number 3 for total yards in OU Texas. Guess who the 2 people in front of him are? Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. Yep. Huge. I mean, if that's not an indication that he balled out, I don't know what you need. Secondly, he's the first quarterback ever I don't know if it's in the series altogether or just for Oklahoma against Texas to have over 250 passing yards and over 100 rushing yards. I mean, he balled out. He was bleeding all over himself. That didn't matter.
So cocky.
He gutted it out. Yeah, cocky win, cool, calm, and collective. Oh man, Dylan Gabriel's my boy, and if anyone if I see any more Dylan Gabriel slander on Twitter, I'm coming for you.
I'm still sticking to my guns. What I said back in August. Brent Venables wins the Big 12 Coach of the Year, and Dylan Gabriel makes it to New York. I do not think Dylan Gabriel will probably win the Heisman Trophy. I think he'll most likely be Caleb Williams.
You saw his Heisman moment, leading the team down the field. He's got a good chance.
That was his Heisman moment.
He's on the watch list now.
He is.
He is. So yeah.
You guys, I also want to say I've had, kind of my doubts about Jeff Lebby. I can now understand the setup to what he's put on film for Texas to prepare for, and he countered it. I love Drake Stoops. It's the first touchdown of the game after we get the turnover. We have Drake Stoops in motion. We pump fake to Stoops just to see him right down the middle. Perfect. Just kind of eating my own words as I've kind of had my doubts about Jeff Lebby, and I think he called
a crow, really Nick. Eat your crow.
Yeah. Well, I think we kind of alluded to it that Jeff Lebby and Brent Venables were probably saving a lot of stuff for this game.
We did. We mentioned some of that in some of the previous videos.
So it makes sense. But yeah, good. I thought the game plan overall with Jeff Lebby was good. Maybe he watched our podcast and listened to what I had to say because
I think
we did see them get the ball out in space to the perimeter a lot, especially on that last drive. There were a lot of quick outs and just getting out of bounds and things like that. So
that's what
happened. Maybe, I don't know.
He's watching Saloon. He's watching Emerson on the computer screen here.
Yeah, Jeff Lebby, if you want to come on the podcast, just let us know. We're happy to have you.
He might. Who knows? Be checking your email, Emerson.
So you guys, not to brag or anything, but what did I say this prediction was going to be before it all went down? What did I say the score was going to be?
34-31. OU.
Oh, so close. So close. I guess we didn't do our homework, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to that
we don't know
section.
what
We
we're
didn't do our
about.
homework before.
How dare you, Emerson, saying it's going to be like 90 degrees out? You son of a bitch.
Sorry, people. I'm not a freaking weatherman meteorologist. I didn't even look at the weather. I was just like, Red River's always hot as balls, so I figured it's probably going to be hot as balls this year.
It usually is.
I guess it was a nice day. It was like 70.
Hot. It's usually hot.
It is exactly. Yeah, it usually is. So, like that four overtime game, was that 22? Yeah, I mean it was hot as balls. So I'm sorry, guys. I'll take some meteorology classes at the local community college and try and brush up on my game there. All right.
Yeah, use your GI Bill, damn it.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. Do you guys got anything left?
I thought the run game was just good enough to.
It was just good enough. It was just good enough.
Tawi
kept
Walker.
him ahead of the chains.
Give him a shout out, man. He's a bowling ball.
Yes.
He's a flaming bowling ball.
Nobody
can tackle that, man.
We all know it could have been worse, or it could have been way better, but we all know it could have been way worse.
Yeah, and I would say the wide receivers balled out. Obviously, Nick Anderson, 1 catch, 1 touchdown to win the motherfucking game. Cemented in Oklahoma history. Jaleel Farouk had a huge play like right before that, made a guy miss, and that was a big 30, 40-yard gain.
He finished
Jaleel
the game
Farouk had
with
a couple other really
130 yards.
Yeah. Andrell Anthony played good before he got hurt.
Clutch.
Drake.
I believe it was a clutch third down reception to keep his foot in bounds. It might have been like 2nd and 10. I'm not for sure, but really good.
Yeah,
really big catch.
I think Andrew Anthony is cementing himself as if he comes, assuming he, gets his body right and comes back healthy. He's our number one. Yeah. And then Drake Stoops he's the third down guy that's going to get you just enough to keep the chains moving and play really smart physical football. And I thought the downfield blocking was good overall too. So I mean, I think the offense was just really dialed in, and Dylan Gabriel was slinging it to those guys and trusting them to make plays. And also, shout out to Walter Rouse on that Nick Anderson go-ahead touchdown to win the freaking game. He's blocking two dudes. He's blocking two of these Texas defensive linemen that are so freaking good. They're going to have 30 sacks on the day. He's blocking two dudes so DG can hang in there and fucking sling that mofo.
He hung in there as long as he could. Dylan Gabriel hung out in there. Did you see that pocket just like collapsing? Yeah. Like, dude, he reached over there. I was like sitting on the TV like, oh my god, oh. And then heart attack was looming, but no, it was good. It was good. So shout out to the offensive line. Pass protection was really good too. So it's fun to be 6-0. It is, and you couldn't have picked a better time to have a bye week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Couldn't have picked 100%. A better time. Imagine going into the bye week with an L. I mean, that would be. Dude, Texas is a good team. They're going to recover. We'll probably play them again. I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's one of two matches.
It's going to happen.
I'd put money on it.
Yeah. So 6-0. AP poll came out. Oklahoma's number 5. Texas is number 9. Kansas.
Which that 5 ranking is BS. That 5 ranking is B. What's Florida State's better win than Oklahoma's over Texas? What's Michigan's better win than Oklahoma over Texas? Tell me that. That's what I want to know. Anyway, that's all I got.
It's LSU. It's LSU.
LSU's lost another. They lost another game. So
yeah, LSU did not. They don't look good.
Okay.
They look at like an average
the
SEC
season's
team.
halfway over. We're farther than any one of us three thought at this point. So 6-0, number 5 in the country, going into the bye week. Nick, do you have anything?
Nope. That's it for me. So
okay, Emerson, do you have anything?
Tuck Fexus. That's all I got.
Sounds good.
So guys, before we end it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and with that being said, Boomer Sooner and Texas still sucks. So thanks for watching.